So, you guys might have seen some drama going on with a YouTuber named Colleen Ballinger, who I guess also went by Miranda Sings on YouTube. Basically, from what I understand, there's been allegations that she did some pretty weird stuff with her fans. Since it seems like those allegations were ruining her career, pretty much anyone watching the situation unfold has been waiting for her to either apologize or come out and say she's innocent. But this week, she did both, in what I can positively say was the weirdest, most millennial thing I have ever seen. Today, we're going to be talking about Colleen Ballinger's apology video, and man, it's a doozy. So put on your seatbelts because we're going for a ride on the
toxic gossip train, chugging down the tracks of misinformation, the toxic gossip train.
So yeah, like I mentioned, Colleen has been accused of some weird behavior when messaging and otherwise interacting with fans. Basically, the allegations are that she was grooming her fans. Now, I'm a very big believer in innocent until proven guilty, so I'm not going to come out and say that this is 100% true. But from what I've seen, there's a lot of stuff coming out that's not very good for her. So how do you respond when you've been called out for probably one of the worst things that a creator can do to their fans? Well, apparently Colleen thought that the best response was to sing. And sing she did, all set to some ukulele music for the stereotype vibe.
Hey, it's been a while since you saw my face. I haven't been doing so great, so I took a little break. So a lot of people are saying some things about me that aren't quite true. Doesn't matter if it's true though, just as long as it's entertaining to you. Right? You guys having fun?
Now, in my time as a casual and professional YouTube drama enjoyer, I've seen a lot of bad apologies. From Logan Paul's severe and continuous lapse in judgment.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize.
To Sienna Mae's interpretive dance apology, but I'm continuously surprised how out of touch YouTubers are, especially when it comes to what they think will be a good response to drama. What could possibly go through your head when you're accused of possibly being inappropriate with fans to make you consider that singing your explanation to some ukulele music would be a good idea? Like, I think I'm just so disconnected from this kind of person. According to Colleen though, the reason she's doing this is because her team told her not to say anything, so she figured singing it would make it acceptable?
Hi everyone. I've been wanting to come online and talk to you about a few things. Even though my team has strongly advised me to not say what I want to say, I recently realized that they never said that I couldn't sing what I want to say.
Now, that's some YouTuber logic right there. Basically saying that she knows that making any statement would just make it worse, but she can't keep herself from doing it, so she's going to anyway. But she's gonna do it her way. I genuinely think that the reason YouTubers do these crazy apology videos is that they are just so used to positive attention, so used to that dopamine hit that comes from people constantly praising you, that when they start getting negative attention, they believe that somehow if they just get in front of the camera and do something quirky, it'll all just go away. Unfortunately, most of them soon realize that they've only made everything worse than it was before. Apology videos are kind of a self-destructive thing, and this one is no different. Instead of coming right out and saying everything is made up, she starts off by basically saying that, yeah, she was weird in group chats with fans, but instead of it being creepy, it was just weird and desperate.
Many years ago, I used to message my fans, but not in a creepy way like a lot of you are trying to suggest. It was more of a loser kind of way, where I was just trying to be besties with everybody. It's kind of like when you go to like a family gathering, you know, and there's a weird aunt there who keeps coming up to you and going like, "Hey girl, what's the tea?" And you're like, "Ugh." That was me, but in group chats with my fans.
So that's not exactly exonerating herself, to be honest. In my opinion, that sounds to me like she's explicitly acknowledging that at least some of the screenshots showing that she was interacting with fans were real. But she's trying to say that the interactions weren't predatory in nature, but really she was just a weird, quirky, awkward girl who just wanted to fit in and get attention from her fans. Weird. Now that she's getting attention, she doesn't seem to like it so much. She then goes on to say again that yeah, she did used to overshare and it was weird, but she hasn't done it for years, so it's okay.
In the beginning of my career, I didn't really understand that maybe there should be some boundaries there. There were times in the DMs when I would overshare details of my life, which was really weird of me. I haven't done that for years, you see, because I changed my behavior and I took accountability.
She then goes on to say that she thinks it's important that people are allowed to take accountability and change, which I actually agree with. But instead of doing that, she immediately interrupts herself and starts to sing about how people are just trying to monetize her demise.
In all seriousness, I do think it's really important to hold people accountable for their mistakes. We should hope that everyone can learn from their mistakes and grow and change their behavior and be a better person. And this is something that I've always tried to do when I make mistakes, and it's something that I will continue to try to do. What? Oh, you don't care? Oh. I thought you wanted me to take accountability, but that's not the point of your mob mentality, is it? No. Your goal is to ruin the life of the person you despise while you dramatize your lies and monetize their demise.
It's after this that the video gets kind of sad. She does go on to say again that she's not going to say that she's 100% in the wrong and reiterate that she's made mistakes, which again, singing a song with a ukulele is probably the worst possible way to say this kind of thing. But I do think that the second half of the video doesn't say much new stuff. It just says the same stuff we've already covered in a bit of a darker way. Like, I don't know if she's acting or not, because it's kind of ridiculous to sit there and sing about how shit your life is to an upbeat ukulele tune, but the rest just kind of made me sad. Like, I'm watching not just the downfall of this woman's career, but that, like, you can see in her eyes that she's lost control, and she's just doing this because she thinks that nothing she can do will stop all the hate that she's getting. To be fair, if it turns out that the allegations are true to the degree that some of the accusers are saying, I don't feel bad for her. No one should send hate to someone that they dislike online. Even if it is, like, for real reasons, you can just kind of post your opinion without being too mean. And you certainly don't need to do it directly to that person. I do not support harassment of any kind, but reasonable discussion always needs to be allowed. To me, it seems like she's just taking the real discussion about what she's accused of doing. And remember, she admitted to being weird in group chats and whatnot in the song, and taking that reasonable discussion and lumping it in with just general hate, which isn't really fair. It's possible that what she did was perfectly innocent and she just made a few mistakes. To be honest, I think that a lot of influencers are just kids who get drunk on the dopamine hit of having fans and seeing the numbers go up, and they never grow up, never learn how to be normal. But it's also possible that she was doing so, knowing that what she was doing was wrong, and taking it as far as some of the accusers say. Like I said earlier, I do always tend to side with someone being innocent until found guilty by an actual jury, because that's the legal standard. But man, you really aren't helping yourself by doing crazy stuff like this. Generally, I think this is easily the worst apology video that we've ever seen on YouTube. I think that Colleen is probably a little broken by the sudden change in the way her fans perceive her, and that this video was less of an apology / response and more of just a general lash out at everyone saying she's in the wrong. I can't blame someone for being angry, especially when they obviously think that they are in the right. But man, you do not just put that to a ukulele tune and upload it to the internet. You just don't. I can't imagine how someone would make a worse response, but I look forward to finding out. What do you guys think? Was this the worst apology / response you've seen? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Have a great day, and God bless you.
Your loaded lethal weapon is your fingers on the keys. You don't need any armor when you can hide behind a screen. So shoot me down quick with a click and bam. The reputation's deceased.